Namaste students, today we are going to study circle and discuss the theorems from 1 to theorem 8. Before starting the video, I would like to request all our students to subscribe to my channel so that you get the updates from your syllabus. So let's start with theorem 10.1. Equal chords of a circle subtend equal angles at the center. So yes, there is a circle, and if I draw two chords this way, suppose these are two chords, chord AB and AC. What does it mean? That if these two chords are already equal, that is given is AB is equal to AC, then the theorem says that these two chords will subtend equal angle at the center. Means this way. O, suppose O is center, therefore it says that if AB is equal to AC, then BOA is equal to AOC. Angle BOA is equal to angle AOC. Okay, so yes, you can prove this by taking this two triangle and making it congruent. Then you can easily prove that this angle is equal to angle AOB is equal to AOC. Okay, so this is what you have to prove from this theorem. Now moving on to next theorem, theorem 10.2. If the angles subtended by the chord of a circle at the center are equal, then the chords are equal. This is converse from theorem 1. That is, it says that if AB and AC are 2, if AB and you can say BC also, okay, are two chord, and the angles subtended by these two chord with the center O are equal, isn't it? That means what? That it is given here. It is given here that angle AOB is equal to angle BOC. Okay, you have to prove that. To prove that angle, okay, not angle, AB is equal to BC, isn't it? So you can do it easily by taking these two triangle and making it congruent by angle side, because this angle is already mentioned as equal. By that you can say that AB is equal to BC. So this is what it is told from this theorem. Okay, moving on to theorem 10.3. The perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord bisect the chord. Means if there is a chord AB, it says that the perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord bisect the chord. Perpendicular have to be drawn from the center to the chord. That is a perpendicular line A. You can say OC is a perpendicular line on the chord AB. Then it says that it bisect the chord. What does it mean bisect the chord? Given is what? OC perpendicular to AB. Okay, this is the perpendicular sign. I guess you know that. Then it says that therefore AC is equal to BC. Okay, bisect the chord means that this line divide the chord into two equal parts. That is, AC should be equal to BC. So this is also easy to prove if you make this two triangle, this triangle ACO and OCB, and make it congruent by right hypotenuse side. That postulate you can that congruency you can follow up, and you can say easily that AC is equal to BC. Okay, so if you find it difficult, I will prove this in my next video. Moving on to the next theorem, theorem 10.4. The line drawn through the center of a circle to bisect a chord is perpendicular to the chord. This is again reverse to theorem 10.3 that says that if there is a chord AB, okay, the line drawn through the center of a circle to bisect a chord, it is already a line is there, already a line OC is there which is bisecting the chord. That means AC is already said as equal to CB. Okay, given here is AC is equal to BC. And what you have to prove? To prove that a line drawn through the center of a circle to bisect a chord is perpendicular to the chord. You have to prove that that line is perpendicular to the chord. That means what? OC is perpendicular to AB. How will you prove this? That it is perpendicular. If you can prove that OCA is equal to 90 degree. If you can prove that OCA and OCB, okay, if you can prove that OCA and OCB are 90 degree to each other, are 90 degree, then you can say that OC is perpendicular to AB. You can do it easily by joining these lines like this and making it into two triangle, make it congruent. As this is already given as equal, this is also same radius, this is the common side, that is side congruency. You can do it, and you can say that AC is equal to, and you can say that OCA equal to OCB, and two triangles sum is 180 degree, and OCA is equal to OCB, that is twice of angle OCA equal to 180 degree, that is OCA equal to 90 degree. I guess you are clear with this. If you need this proof, it will be done in the next video. Moving on to theorem 10.5, and there is one and only one circle passing through three given non-collinear points. Non-collinear points means, let me tell you the meaning of non-collinear points. Points that doesn't lie in one straight line. Points that doesn't lie in one straight line. Okay, points that doesn't lie in one straight line, that means they can be scattered like this. Okay, one or two can be seem to be in one straight line, but three of them doesn't lie in one straight line. Okay, so yes, so non-collinear points means those points never lie in a straight line. So if 3 points are there, non-collinear points are there, that is A, B and C are three non-collinear points on my figure, then you can say that yes, we can draw one complete circle passing through these three non-collinear points. So this is all about theorem 10.5, which is very easy to understand. ABC, and yes, I can join the dotted lines which I have already drawn. Then you can say that there is only one circle passing through these three non-collinear points, isn't it? Okay, moving on to theorem 10.6. Equal chords of a circle are equidistant from the center. Equal chords of a circle are equidistant from the center. That means that if there is two chords which are already equal, that means if AB and AC are two chords of a circle, you have to prove that they are equidistant from the center. Equidistant from the center means if I drop two perpendicular here this way and this way from center OP and OQ are two perpendicular drop from the center to the two chord AB and AC, you have to prove that OP is equal to OQ. Okay, given here two chords are already equal, AB is equal to AC. You have to prove that there's distance from the center. AB का distance क्या है O से OP, isn't it? And AC का distance क्या है O से OQ. So this OP should be equal to OQ. These two are, the distance from this center are equal if these two chords are equal in a circle. So yes, this proof can be done also in next video. 10.6. Okay, remember the theorem with the what it is saying. Okay, and theorem 10.7 next. Chord equidistant from the center of a circle are equal in length. This is again reverse to theorem 10.6. It is said that if two chords are there whose distance from the center are equal, that is OP is equal to OQ in this case. Okay, OP, suppose this is OP, OQ, then you have to say that AB is equal to BC. Okay, given is here given is what you have proved in theorem 10.6 is the given here, that is OP is equal to OQ. You have to prove that AB is equal to BC. Okay, equal chord equidistant from the center of a circle are equal in length. So the theorem always says like that, chord equidistant. Chord, you have to prove that chords are equal in length. Okay, chords are equal in length, isn't it? But बीच का information क्या है? बीच का information क्या है? This is the given, and the proving is this line. Chord are equidistant in length, are equal in length. Okay, so then moving on to theorem 10.8, the angle subtended by an arc at the center is double the angle subtended by it at any point on the remaining part of the circle. The angle subtended by an arc at the center is double the angle subtended by it at any point on the remaining part of the circle. So angle subtended by an arc at the center. Okay, suppose let us take this arc. Okay, let us take this arc AB, minor arc. Okay, minor arc with these points AB. You have already studied minor arc and major arc. So suppose this minor arc, make one angle at the center. Make a particular angle with the center. Okay, now this angle will be double the angle subtended by this same arc on any other point on the circle. Okay, so okay, I hope you have understood. Suppose AO and this is P. That means what? To prove here is angle AOB is equal to double the angle subtended by the same arc. Okay, AB ने फिर से एक और एंगल बनाया है दूसरे पॉइंट पे, मेजर आर्क के दूसरे पॉइंट पे एक और एंगल बनाया है, तो वो उसका 2 गुना होगा सेंटर पे. ओके, दैट इज एंगल APB. ओके, दैट मीन्स इफ दिस इज 10, this will be 20, this will be 60, then this will be 120. Understood? Means whatever the angle is here, it will be, the center angle will be twice x of it. Okay, so this is theorem 10.8. Moving on to theorem 10.9, and the last theorem of today is angle in the same segment of a circle are equal. Angles in the same segment of a circle are equal. So it says very easily that suppose this is the segment and these are the two angles, this one, and it can be anywhere. But it should be touching the circumference. Okay, unlike if it doesn't touch the circumference, then it will not follow this formula. Okay, like if it is like this and somewhere it is, if it is like this theorem is not valid for such kind of figure. Okay, even though it doesn't look like a complete circle, excuse me for that. You can always apply this theorem for 2 points on the circumference and making some angle with a common chord. Common chord is AB here. AB एक common chord है जो 2 एंगल बना रहा है circumference के 2 points पे. तो ये दोनों एंगल क्या है, हमेशा इक्वल होगा. If this is 60, this will also be 60. By this theorem we can say that AOB angle AOB and angle APB. ओके, O और P को बीच में लिखना ही है क्योंकि O और P एंगल के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं ना. are two angles on the segment, or you can say on the chord AB, on the circle. Okay, you can say lying on the circle. Okay, you can say with O and P. With O and P lying on the circle. O और P circle पे lie करना पड़ेगा, circle के plane पे lie करना पड़ेगा. Then you can say that angle AOB is equal to angle APB. I hope you have understood all these 9 theorem together, students. So thank you for watching and revise this. Better you draw a chart, and any doubt, drop the doubt in the comment section below. Thank you.